Growing up, I never truly understood my father. He always seemed closer to my sister, showering her with attention and pride. With me, it felt different. He was distant, serious, and hard to approach. I often wondered if he loved me at all. My mother was the bridge between us. Whenever I needed something from my father, I would tell her, and she would pass it along. We rarely spoke directly, and over time, I stopped trying. As I entered high school, the gap between us grew. I started to believe he favored my sister, and resentment crept into my heart. When I got caught in a malpractice issue at school, he stepped in to resolve it. But instead of feeling grateful, I thought, he only did it to protect his reputation. Years later, I fell in love with love of my love, but her family didn't approve of our relationship. My mother convinced my father to talk to them, and he did. They finally agreed to our marriage, but I dismissed his efforts, thinking he only did it for mom's sake. Even when he announced me as the next CEO of his company, I couldn't see his intentions clearly. I assumed he did it for public approval, not for me. When I became a father, I began to understand the depth of love a parent feels. Yet, I still couldn't connect those feelings to my father. The distance between us remained. One day, we all went to the beach as a family. It was a beautiful day, full of laughter and happiness. But suddenly, a tsunami struck. People were running, shouting, and trying to reach safety. In the chaos, I was swept away by the waves. I struggled to stay afloat, but then I saw him, my father, fighting the waves to reach me. With all his strength, he pulled me to safety. As I stood on the shore, catching my breath, I turned to thank him, but he was gone. The sea had taken him. At that moment, the truth became clear. Every action I had misunderstood. The way he resolved my school trouble, supported my marriage, and named me CEO was his way of showing love. He didn't express it through words, but through his actions. He had always been there for me, quietly supporting me in ways I couldn't see. Now, it was too late to tell him I understood. The regret was overwhelming, but so was the gratitude. From that day forward, I promised to honor his memory by loving my daughter the way he loved me, through actions that speak louder than words. My father may not have been expressive, but his love was always there, constant and unwavering. Sometimes, love is not spoken but shown through actions. We may not always understand the intentions of our loved ones, especially our parents, but their love often runs deeper than we realize. Don't wait for a loss to see the sacrifices and care they've given. Take a moment today to express gratitude and strengthen the bonds with those who matter most. Life is too short to let misunderstandings keep us apart.